Follow me now, Brian Burnett, because I'm going to stand up. I am going to walk. I'm going over here to say hello to Alex Gumpel. Whoa, scared him in his lab coat. Hey, Alex, how are you?
Hey, Leah, how's it going?
So, Alex is kind of a Windows 8 fan.
Sometimes.
What do you think of Windows 8, honestly? I mean, it can be frustrating, can't it?
Yeah. Some things are good, some are bad. I generally stick to the desktop on most things,
As
but on
does
tablets, it's nice.
Yeah,
So,
well, then that's a question. So you have a Surface RT.
what I like is that I would rather have all my machines running the same thing, using the same login, so it's all connected together, and I could still run tablet apps on the desktop if I need to and get to my stuff. Right. But then you have to still deal with Metro stuff on the desktop, which is always kind of hit or miss.
Right. You have a Windows 8 phone. Unfortunately, the same apps don't work on RT.
Right,
Windows
although
8
I think they're working on that.
They are working on that. So you do have a Surface RT, right?
I do.
And you have a Surface Pro.
I do not.
You do not.
No.
This would be instead of the Surface Pro. This is the Dell. No, this is an RT tablet.
This is an RT tablet. That surprised me too. And so that's actually
the XPS 10. There haven't been many third-party RT tablets.
No, there haven't. And that's actually my biggest complaint is it's RT, which means it's kind of competing with the Surface.
Right.
But it's not quite as nice as the Surface in hardware-wise.
You put it down a little bit so we can look at it because we're looking over your shoulder here. It's a good-looking screen.
Yeah, it's nice. It's an IPS screen. It's not
which means that the viewing angle is very good. In fact, as you see as I tilt it, why you can look at it almost obliquely, and it still looks pretty good.
So it's an ARM processor. It's got a 1.5 gigahertz Snapdragon S4. It's got 32 or 64 gigabytes of eMMC storage, so it's not an SSD.
What's the difference?
SSDs are faster, I think.
Okay.
I don't actually know.
eMMC, okay.
It's just flash chips or a drive component, I guess. I'm not sure exactly.
Okay.
I know that the Surface Pro has an SSD while the Surface RT has eMMC.
Got it.
Whatever. It's 1.4 pounds, so it's just a little bit lighter than the Surface.
It's interesting when you compare the two.
It's also got a slightly smaller screen.
Yeah.
It's about the same size with the bezel. It's got a larger bezel than the Surface, but Surface is 10.6. This is 10.1.
And in terms of speed, do they feel
they're identical.
They really
sense,
are.
Yeah.
In fact, the hardware is the same, isn't it?
Right. Yeah. Well, this is a NVIDIA Tegra, while this is a Snapdragon.
Okay.
But they're
very
almost
similar.
identical.
Okay.
Now one thing about this though is that it comes with this handy thing, a keyboard dock.
It comes with it.
Actually, no. Well, some SKUs do. So you can either get it with or without it.
Again,
depending
this
on
is
how
much
much
like the Microsoft product, where you can buy it with or without a keyboard.
Right. Except this is actually a keyboard dock, not just a floppy thing. So if you turn it into tablet or a laptop mode
that's like a laptop.
It's actually more like a laptop than the Surface would be.
Pretty solid click.
And it's solid, and
Wait a minute.
you can have it on your lap.
It almost fell right over. You got to be careful there.
It's nice and it's got a nice clasp.
Yeah, but it seems like it's just a little bit of weight on here. It's just
but okay, so do it there. Now it's
okay. Good.
There we go. That's better.
Much better.
Yeah. So, but I mean that's what you get when you have all the weight in the screen there. Yeah. Now with the dock, you also get two USB ports on the sides. You got a micro or mini HDMI port, and it comes with a nice mini HDMI to regular HDMI dongle. It's got integrated speakers in it in the dock, so you get a little bit of volume boost if you're using that.
Yeah.
The keyboard is 92% full size, so it's just smaller than full size.
You know, given that this is a tablet and it's not really as big as a laptop screen, that's pretty good. You're getting a decent sized keyboard.
Yeah, I still have some trouble with it. But and actually the biggest problem with this is the trackpad. It's a nice trackpad with gestures, but there's no palm rejection. So if you're typing,
that's a real problem.
And your palm hits the thing and your cursor is somewhere else, you're going to start typing another paragraph, and it's really annoying with that. But hopefully could be fixed with a software update.
That's software, yeah.
So that's not actually that bad.
Okay.
But so one thing about this, unlike the Surface, is that the speakers are actually, let me actually get the camera first. It's got a 5 megapixel camera on the rear and a 2 megapixel camera on the front, so you can get some nice group shots there like that. That looks really creepy. Let's not look at that.
No, I kind of like it actually.
No. And there's also there's no LTE in this, but apparently that's coming soon. So.
What do you mean coming soon? That would be another SKU, though.
Another SKU, yeah. That has a SIM slot in it for
So
LTE.
if you want an LTE, wait and get the LTE version.
Right. They say it's coming soon.
Right.
We'll see about that.
Means, yeah.
It's also got micro USB for charging, trickle charging, but also it comes with a dongle to full USB. But unlike the Nexus 10, this does support storage.
The on-the-go or OTG capability.
I guess so, yeah.
That's what Samsung calls it. Probably like Dell has
I plugged the USB drive in, it worked. So.
Yeah. That's all we really
That's all I care about, yeah. So one thing about this that's actually way better than the Surface is that the speakers are pretty loud. So we play some music here.
You didn't like the audio on the Surface?
The Surface is just really quiet.
Yeah.
So, okay, that's average. But now if we turn it up,
Oh, yeah.
It's not a really loud song, but you could. It's good, and if it's tinny, but if you're.
It's interesting how our standards have changed, because Russell was saying how good the sound was out of his tablet. Tablet sound to me, just like phone sound, always sounds kind of
exactly. But it's good for on Skype
loud.
or whatever. But now we plug it in.
Oh, it's coming out of this.
Nope. Give it a second. Oh, did it switch over? Yeah. Okay.
Well, that's interesting. So there's another set of speakers on here.
I don't think it's switched over. It's supposed to switch over. There it goes.
There it goes.
So you get some good volume with that. It's
Well,
not,
at least I recognize the Beach Boys now.
Oh, good. Yeah, you couldn't without that. So I mean, you're not going to want to listen to music on it, but same thing with the
Books,
Nexus,
YouTube videos, games.
That's all good, and that's what the Surface really lacks is loud volume.
Right.
So that's nice. Let's see. So it's in now. It does come with if you're new to Windows 8, Windows RT, Dell provides a nice getting started tutorial app. You learn all your swipes and gestures and whatnot. But if you know what you're doing, then you don't need that. But
How about
it's a nice
Does Dell load this up, or is it
all
pretty
it comes
clean?
is that, and it comes with a Dell Shop thing.
That's nice, because I've seen a lot of Windows 8 machines even that come with a lot of other stuff.
that Acer I had came with a lot of stuff.
Loaded. Yeah.
So this is nice, and it comes with Skype. But
Thank you, Dell.
Yeah,
Thank you,
fine.
Dell. Well, you're going to install Skype probably anyway,
right? Yeah. So that's pretty much it. Now, the price is $449 to $679.99.
So it's roughly the same as the Surface, isn't it?
It's $50 cheaper than the Surface for the base 32 gig model.
And when you add the keyboard, how much is the keyboard?
Keyboard adds another $100 somewhere.
Very
in there.
similar to the keyboard on the Surface.
So it's.
So the real question, well, let's do pros and cons, and I'll ask you the real question, which is, should you buy this or the Microsoft product? Pros and cons.
Okay, so pros and cons. So pros, it's light and comfortable. You hold that, it's nice.
Oh, yeah.
It's made. So one thing actually about this is it's got the same styling as the other XPS laptops and tablets.
It doesn't feel maybe as robust as the Surface.
That's actually one of my cons, is that it's creaky.
Yeah, I can even feel it
torque it, and it makes some creaky sounds, and it doesn't feel quite as solid
Surface
as this.
is squarer, but it feels more unibody.
But you can't twist it.
Yeah.
This is solid. That's
that magnesium thing that they're doing.
Right, and it's not that big of a deal. I mean, it still feels nice in your hand. It's got the soft touch rubbery coating on the back.
This is a physical button.
It's got a physical Windows button as opposed to the passive button there. So back to pros and cons. So pros, it's light and comfortable. It's got the nice IPS screen, and because it's Windows RT, it's got Office included.
That's nice.
Yeah.
But so does every Windows RT machine.
Exactly. Yeah. It's an RT machine. But if it were an Atom-based machine, it would not come with that. You'd have to pay extra.
Yeah.
So cons, it's Windows RT. I don't understand Windows RT and what the point is right now.
Where does it belong in the spectrum of things?
I don't know.
Well, you can't really blame this for being Windows RT.
Well,
it's an RT tablet.
If Dell had made this with an Atom processor, like
then it would be Windows 8.
Dell makes the Latitude 10, which is almost identical to this, but with an Atom processor. But it doesn't work with the dock because it's got different connectors on the back. If they had just made that one thing with Atom, it would have been a much better tablet.
So I guess really the question isn't what I thought it was going to be, which is should I buy this or the Surface RT? It's should I buy this or a Windows 8 tablet? Right.
So I'm giving it a try because of that.
Okay.
And just a little story. So recently I bought my dad his first new computer in a long time, and I bought him an HP Envy X2. It's the same kind of thing as this tablet that detaches, but it's an Atom machine. I was all right with the styling and the hardware of that. If this came with an Atom chip, I would have much rather gotten him this.
You would have
the HP because I like this
as a Windows 8 machine.
Exactly. I would not buy him a Windows RT machine because you can't run any of the old stuff.
Right.
But I like this better than the current same kind of hybrid laptops or tablets.
Let me ask you this: if you said I'm going to buy Windows RT, it would be a buy.
If I was going to buy Windows RT, I'd still go with the Surface.
Go with the Surface.
Yeah.
All right.
So it's a try. It's nice. Try it out. It's and like a lot of these Windows 8 machines that there's all over the map now. It really depends on what you need. You can't buy them all. You can't not buy them all. So you just see what you need.
The Flowmaster, Alex Gumpel, our Windows expert. Thank you.
Sure.
I just nominated you. Nobody else wants to do it. Thank you, Alex. I appreciate it.
Welcome.